you're looking at my hit squad, my like they're beneath you. Then you're looking at my blue collar brothers like they're not sophisticated enough for you. You gotta, okay. Something just happened to the Wi-Fi. You got all these women out here overestimating themselves. Like they got all the time in the world. It's like, you know what? I don't want to just settle. 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 And I'm like, well, what do you mean? It's crazy outside. Settle? What do you mean settle? Settling for, and this is why I tell guys to do yourself a favor. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm not gonna lie. I would not want to date today as an average man. Dating today as an average man is horrible because women have no problem telling you that they want you to pay all their bills and this and that and all these other things. So that's why I deal with the men who want to separate themselves in the top 20%, top 10%, top 5%. Because the men who take on that level of burden qualify to ask for the best. But see, the thing is, you ladies, the ladies I'm talking about today who overestimate themselves, they still think they're as dope as they were when they were 22. If you got to wear fake hair, if you had to get a waist trainer, if you can't put on a two-piece bikini, if I can pinch more than an inch, you're not as dope as you think you are. If you don't have actual collarbones, you're not as dope as you think you are. If you've had a kid for a man, your value has dropped drastically because your womb is used. Men who have had to make themselves the best version of themselves do not want to take all of their efforts and put it into a used womb. Sorry, ladies, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you the truth that nobody else told you because they're trying to smash. They're trying to hit it. I'm trying to tell you why you can't get nothing but a smash from these guys. Because you're overestimating yourself. I need you to ask yourself a question. How far are you from wife? Because there's this phase right here where you're on Instagram and you're on Plenty of Fish or Seeking Arrangements and all this other stuff where you're getting all this attention. It's one thing, you know. Then there's the phase where you actually get a guy who's going to try to holler at you. Hey, and they're doing that's Netflix and chill. Let me swoop through. And Miami is good for it. Miami is loaded with beautiful women doing menial jobs. Women around here, I've seen some of the finest women who are waitresses. One chick today is on macaroons. I'm like, boy, howdy. I'm going to be in Miami a lot. And I'm going to be right out there in a chick's face. Holla, 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 holla. How you doing? Shout out to my dog, Minister Job. I stay in the field work where the real work happens. I laugh when people are like, he's gay. I stay in a woman's face. Quackity quack, 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 quack. How you doing? Quack, 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 quack. Yeah, quackity quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack. Come on. And I listen to how women talk to men they respect, how women talk to men they value, then how women talk about men who they think are less than them. You see how a man walks by a woman and she's sexually attracted to him, how she's different. Then you see how a man who walks by she's sexually attracted to, and he has conspicuous consumption displays of wealth or power, different things. At the end of the day, it is better for you as a man and for as a man and a woman for men to date you in a position of power. Because only in a position of power do women stop overestimating themselves. Ladies, do you feel like you need to prove yourself to a man? And many women today feel like men need to prove themselves to you. But the kind of man you want something. I said it on Instagram, on YouTube the other day. If you're looking for a single black man earning $250,000 or more, that is roughly 125,000 black men out of 10 million. 10 million black women looking for 125,000 black men, 83 million women in this country. Why 250,000? Well, if you want two or three kids, for middle class people, it costs around $284,000 to raise a kid from 0 to adulthood. For families with a household income of $107,400 or more, that's upper class, the number jumps to $473,000. So if you want 3 children, you want almost $1.5 million in kids, and you don't get there making $70,000 a year. The point of the matter is this. Do you want a man who's making enough money to where you don't have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with your first child? Do you want to not have to work to pay more than 10% of the overall family financial load for a lifetime? Then a man who's going to do that is going to be an attorney, a physician, something in IT, coding. He's going to be up the vertical chart of an organization. He's going to be over 40 years old, likely. And you got to understand that these men are rare. And you don't think you have to do anything? You think that they just give a man $250,000 a year. And you think you can just come in with a snatch waist and a fat ass and a pretty face and bring in some used vagina. Again, ladies, don't get mad at me. What do you have to give a man that you have not already given to another man? He didn't get you when you were 21, still firm, tight, fresh, full of hope. He got you when you're 31 and you've been through some stuff. And you ladies lose this killer instinct of how to compete. This is why you overestimate yourself. This is why I ask so many women, where do you rank? And most women rank themselves so high because no one's told you the truth. Tonight we're going to talk about it. Where are you ranked? Where do you rank, ladies? Where do you rank? Can you get the kind of man you say you want? Again, if you're looking for men who are earning $200,000 or more, that's the top. That's 125,000 men, black men. Top 3%. Top 10% of black men earn $100,000 or more. If you're looking for a man earning $500,000 or more, you're talking about 1%. Are you a 1% woman? Are you a 3% woman? Are you a top 10% woman? And see, here's when all this is when all he gay, he hate his mama. This is when all this conversation comes because they get mad because they know I am a 40, because most women don't want to admit I'm average to above average. And that means I qualify for a man who's average. And I have to treat that man who's average like he's my king, because he is. Your king is like a country. If you're the president of the United States or the president of China, or the president, or if you're the prime minister of of the UK, that's different than being the president of Hookama Jukama. It's different than being the president of some third world country. You may still have the title of president, but all presidents ain't equal. All presidents ain't equal. What kind of president are you? What's your conversion rate, ladies? She said I was with a 1% man and still left him. He ain't lost nothing. You left him, he ain't lost nothing. I love it when these women come in here and all that cap. I left the 1% man. Guess what? He's 1%. You're one of many. He ain't lost nothing. It's harder to find a 1% man than it is to find an arrogant, entitled, privileged woman who thinks she's the shit. You just getting older. You're overqualified for what? I love these women who talk all this shit like I did this, I did that. Nobody cares. I left a 1% man. Right. Right. He probably glad you gone. He probably like, damn, I'm glad. I already busted off. I was trying to get you to leave. You probably like, I'm glad she gone. Go 2 rounds. I was ready to just get my one and done. He's probably like, ugh, you still here?
Hey,
Hello?
girl.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. How old are you?
24.
24. So, can you turn the music? Where are you at? Are you at the club or something?
I'm at work. Yeah.
Are you a dancer?
Yes, I am a dancer. Thank you.
Okay, I just heard the music. So, what are we talking about tonight?
I just think I'm overqualified. I got all the traits to find a
Overqualified?
1% man. You said what?
You're overqualified. You got all the traits to find a 1% man.
A 1% man. Yes. One like you. I just
Okay.
been waiting on you.
What are your traits?
I mean, I'm pretty. I'm loyal. I'm paid. I'm in school. I got a nice car. I got a nice apartment. I'm smart. Did I say that? Very intelligent. I'm just
Sounds like
going
you
through
described
life.
your
I'm a hidden gem, just waiting to be found.
sounds like you described yourself just like a man would describe himself to a woman.
I mean, you could say that,
I
but that's
mean,
how I feel.
okay, but what do the kind of men you say you're overqualified for? What do they want from a woman?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because every man that I come across just sees me as a come up, and
A come
so I'm
up,
just
a come up.
yeah, and so I'm just not really focused on a man right now. But I'm just wondering. I don't
Okay,
know.
hold on. If you're overqualified for a 1% man, that's a man who's $500,000 or more. Why would
I
that
don't think I'm
man?
in the right
Why would that man
environment
need?
to
Why would
find
that
that.
man? Okay, but
That-
have you been around men like that?
That's what I was just going to say. I don't think I'm in the right environment to find that because my pool, my pond is so small right now. So
Where
I
do you
just need to
live?
figure out
What city?
Seattle. We talked before. You don't remember
Hmm,
me?
I
I
remember.
had gray hair last time we talked.
Well, I think you're very confident, but what is that confidence based in?
Myself.
Okay, you can be confident in yourself, but everybody's confident until they step into the ring. Wherever you said you're overconfident, but you have not been around these kind of men.
I just think it's my area. There's not a lot here. I'm just not
There's
in
a
the
lot
right
of there's a
environment. Like
lot of one.
the club, I'm not gonna
Okay,
find somebody.
listen. I'm going to have the comment in Seattle. Seattle is one of the highest earning
Yeah.
cities for men,
Yes.
but they don't tend to go to clubs to find a woman.
I agree with you. I'm not gonna find my 1% at the club, so I need to get out more. But I just don't know where to go because I
But
get beat.
but you got to be honest with yourself. 1% men don't tend to marry dancers.
Right.
See, a lot of women tend to have a problem with their reality. The reality is you qualify for what you date. We attract what's like. And let me tell you something, ladies. I knew who she was. With these eyelashes y'all got on, that puts you in the category of a fun girl. And eyelashes and all that just says smash and dash. I'm not pumping it up, it's smash and dash. Smash, I gotta get back to work. I got quarterlies to get out. I mean, seriously. So, I'm not trying to be rude to anybody. But that's just the way that be. Um, I don't know if she dropped down accidentally or she left. But I also think it's funny that a lot of women they think that a lot of women are like, I'm this, I'm that. And most of you women describe yourself either by the things you have or as a series of holes. It's funny that a lot of women don't want to be objectified, but then you'll objectify yourself and classify yourself by your body. Hello? Mm, 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 mm. A lot of women will, you ask most women, who are you? And the first thing they start running down is all these superficial things. I'm pretty, I'm this, I'm that. I got a job, I got a car, I got this. See what I mean? The men, the kind of men that you ladies want, these men require something. You're going to have to give something you've never had to give before, and that's effort. And a lot of women get upset talking about the comments and this and that. Well, are you guys more concerned with the comments? Or are you more concerned with some of the stuff women tend to say? I mean, you got to understand where some of this stuff is coming from, folks. You get what it is. And, you know, and here's the thing, I don't have any problem with dancers. I spent most of my time in corporate America, not on a golf club, but in a strip club. I had a lot of respect for dancers because I learned a lot of game from dancers. I saw how a lot of guys thought when they were in the club. The problem is being a dancer. I actually was going, the title of this show was going to be called "You Can't Turn a Hoe into a Housewife." Ladies, hear me and hear me well. If you're doing if you can't be a housewife. There's this, can I go from OnlyFans to squaring up? No. And just because you can find one or two anecdotal cases, once a hoe, always. You know where I'm getting this from? From the kind of men you ladies say you want. Once a hoe, always. No vice president of mergers and acquisition wants to date center stage Candy. They don't want to do that. No guy who's the director of logistics wants to be dealing with the woman who was the Thursday girl at the men's club. No one, the guy doesn't want, you don't want to be like, I remember her, she was at the bachelor party. You got to understand that these men, you're going to be a representation. You know how messed up it can be to bring a former into a company function? Now, this is coming from a guy who took a high-end escort to a company party, but she was a high-end escort. And I was playing the game, and it turned out great for me. But that's a high-end escort. A hoe is something that I can go to any club and see your ass. If I can't screw you on the first night, but I can go to Magic City and see your innards for $20, what the hell you think you're holding out for? Think about it. I'm going to make you wait for 90 days. Chick, I see you on Mondays at Magic City. I've seen your birth canal. There it is. If people don't know your face, but then you turn around and spread your, and they're like, oh, Megan. Nobody wants to marry ladies. I don't care how fine you are. You know how many women have tried to square up? There are anecdotal, but you talk about percentages. What percentage of women can go from being an OnlyFans girl, a stripper, or a average escort and get married? The percentages are low. High-end escorts, completely different thing. Because high-end escorts are for a select clientele. Most people don't even know these women are call girls. I'm gonna tell you, I know escorts when I see them. Because escorts, high-end escorts, walk around in, I don't even know how to pronounce these shoes, but I know when I see them. They walk around in Valentinos and Giuseppe's, and we're talking about shoes at like 2,000. Oh, I don't know. I know them when I see them. You know. One became the first lady. No. This is a lie. This is you dumb right here. You dumb ass here. I'm not lying, you dumb son. What's the percentage chances of that? That's what I thought. Wouldn't bring you ain't gonna call me a lie, but you pussy to join the trap. You think that one woman, how many have become first ladies? That's what's wrong with some of you young boys. You think because you can see, ooh, you think you could have a former as the first lady. That, you know what happened? There's a lot of these young dudes that was raised by their mama. Some of you dudes, you got that need to be right from your mama. Shut up. Don't even know what the hell you talking about. I'm just saying, I just think it's crazy that some dudes like, well, one married the president. She took nude photographs. Do you ever hear anybody say, yeah, man, I used to bang her. Yeah, she was on center stage at Sugars. Some men lack knowledge. I don't mind people lacking knowledge. I don't mind people lacking knowledge. I don't mind people not knowing. What I mind is somebody that lacks knowledge and then they're gonna start. See, he said, I lied. So when you're gonna challenge me, you better know what the fuck you're talking about. That's when you start, you can be wrong. If I'm wrong, but there's a difference. She mm-hmm. And let's just say for the sake of argument, let's say she was the biggest side of Skid Row. Let's say she was the biggest in the country. What's the percentage? What's the percentage, guys? What's the percentage? Would you tell your daughter, yeah, honey, go off and run off and be an OnlyFans girl? That's the sure path to success. Ladies, like in dominoes, all money ain't good money. Don't chase that short money. Short money get you screwed up. Think about what's her name, Vanessa Williams. You know, back in the 80s, she lost a lot because she did that penthouse spread. The kind of men you ladies don't want their men that don't. The kind of ladies that you, the kind of men that you ladies want. The men that you ladies want, they don't want their women to be passed around. That's just what it comes down to. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am well. All right. So how old are you?
36.
36. Okay. What are we talking about today? I'm talking about overestimating values or hoes the housewife. Or did you have a question?
I don't have a question. I was just saying, I know some men that are like, oh, they love escorts, they love strippers, and they go for those type of women. That's weird to me. So no, it's just weird. Why? That's where the confusion comes into play. Also, it's like
You know men, but what do these men earn and what do they do?
just like regular, like fixing air conditioners and stuff like
Okay.
that. And
I'm making the distinction about men who are making over $100,000 a year.
oh, okay.
So
Now,
that's we're talking about the higher income men.
mm-hmm.
So so what are you saying? You see women leave the club and get married?
Yes, to men that yes I have, but I'm not saying I'm not sticking up for them. I'm agreeing with you also. You know.
Well, I will say that, you know, like I said, a lot of women ask, can you go from being a housewife? It's gonna be a hard one. But did they get married or are they just together?
They were just together.
There's a difference. The difference is marriage. See,
But
one of the things about my platform is we can only keep scores in marriages. We can't keep scores in relationships, talking, hooking up, living together. Marriages are is what we can count and is real.
mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I don't think It's a good path though. So uh, guys will date a woman. Guys will have fun with it, kick it with, but walk
And
down
that's
the
where
aisle with one.
confusion comes into play too sometimes because like men will date women like that, and then you got healthcare professionals like me that are out there, and we're looking at people like this, and I'm just confused sometimes. Like to be honest.
Well, dating means having sex without commitments.
Hmm.
They don't get married, so do you want the outcome just because they're dating them?
No.
All right, they're in it for something different. But do you have any kids?
Yeah, I have three teenagers.
How many all by the same father or different fathers?
The oldest, his father died, and then the younger two are by the same man.
Okay. Um, so two. Well, do you want to get married?
At this point, not really.
So what's the issue then? If you don't want to get married,
I mean, it's just after a while of listening to you, and I mean, I was already kind of like thinking that's kind of like the same way you were. At a point, it's like, first off, I'm a little too busy to be, if you're a real mom and you're really doing it for real by yourself, you're too busy for a man. You're too busy to even act like you want to date or include anyone into the equation. It should feel a little awkward in the first place to even just throw a man into the equation, especially when you got kids that are up in age. It's a little weird for
but you're
my kids.
36.
Right.
Okay, how old is your youngest?
15.
Oh, you started early.
Yeah, I did.
So your
So my
kids will be gone. Your kids are by before you're 40 years old. Your last kid will be out of high school.
right.
So what's the rest of life gonna look like for a 40-year woman?
So
You're gonna have your
so
$2.4 million saved up.
so right now I'm just working on my company. It is a
But
baby.
are you going to have your $2.4 million saved by age 65 to retire on?
I don't know. Let's hope.
There's no hope. As a
Let's hope.
single one, as no, there's no hope. See, if you don't have a man,
I mean, I'm
and
not saying that
listen,
that's not what I don't want.
listen, I need you to listen. This is not about hope. This is about family planning and life. This is adult stuff. If you don't have a man, when you reach 65 in mandatory retirement, you can't work anymore, and you don't have enough money to live on from 65 to 85, you get more expensive as you age. Who's going to pay for you? Social Security won't be there. The government won't be there. Who's going to pay?
I mean, I'm not saying that that's not what I want. Right now, I do not want to.
I
But
don't care
later,
what, but see,
listen,
later is too
listen to me.
late.
Listen to me. Later,
No,
when I
later
in
is
about
too
5 years from
late.
now, in about 5 years from now, then I can focus
See,
on them.
that's your okay.
Because I listen to
Why do
you,
you
and
why do you no. Why do you think it works that way? Why do you think you can make these? Why do you think you have that amount
you
of
see, you
control?
contradict yourself because you're
No,
telling
I don't
other
know.
women that
I just asked
you're
you. No,
cutting me off.
listen. No, not,
You
no,
asked me
no,
a
no, no.
question.
I'm talking, no. I ask you, why do you think you can make that decision? And you telling me I contradict myself. That's not an answer. That's a statement.
So why do I what?
Why do you think you have that much control?
Why wouldn't I? It's my life. Why wouldn't I?
Because because you had 3 children. Were you married to either one of the fathers?
No.
Okay.
One died before he could even, and then the other two, yeah, they're by the same man. But no, if somebody has issues, you gotta cut it off. You
Then
cannot.
why have babies with somebody that got issues? See,
You
marry before you
sometimes though.
carry.
Sometimes when
No,
you're young, you make
no,
mistakes.
no. See, there's the same again right there. I'm young and dumb. See, one of the biggest problems I have, especially with black women, is you keep excusing yourselves. You give yourself the benefit of the doubt, and then because life gets messed up and stressful, you put it off on being too busy and this and that. And at the end of the day, that sounds. I need you to. I need. No, okay, I'm gonna either have the conversation. I'm going to have the conversation with you or over you. Not going to talk through me. That's just not going to happen.
Go ahead.
The reality is this: it doesn't matter what you think about it or I think about it. Somebody's going to have to pay for you once you retire. If you don't have a man, if you don't have it saved, either you going to pay for it, your kids going to pay for it, somebody, because the government ain't going to pay for it. Where's it going to come from?
Okay, we'll say the kids, because I invest in them, and I'm
that's
up.
That's
up.
That's up. That is up.
You're not going to help your parents?
It is
you don't
not.
Help your parents?
That is. Listen to me and listen to me well, people. This is part of the problem with the black community. This is up that our black mothers like this think that their kids owe them something.
Yeah, you do.
No, they don't. No. This is why most of our children are not born out of a loving, respectful relationship. Most of our kids are born out of they're born out.
Mine wasn't.
Okay, they're not born in marriage. There's not a plan. But did you? Okay.
For a year.
Okay, so anyway, a whole year. Then you want to say you're young and dumb and this and that. That means no plan. And this is why I was just talking about earlier today on YouTube.
But
giving yourself the benefit of the doubt.
You can't go from a choice that you made at 17 to 20 to 36 and then go back and be like, oh, well, you can't.
No, you can't.
Did that and you did this.
No, you can't. But you are supposed.
I'm raising my children, and I'm laying in my bed, and I'm raising my children. And when I'm finished, then I can focus on them.
And this is the problem. You think this is the problem. They really think they have this. They really think they have this much control. You can't tell them anything. That's what I'm saying. Man, you think you have that kind of, when they're then, I can just plug this in like this and I'll be young and beautiful. You'll be 41 with 3 kids and you think a man is going to come in and say, oh, I'll marry you. Sure, I'll marry you. I'll marry you and then I'll take on all, and then you can take my
responsibility. What responsibility?
All right. So this is a problem. This is what you just seen right now. Is this why I don't give the young and dumb excuse? Because you don't sound like you've learned anything. Because you said, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Man, you don't have that kind of control. Men decide who get married, not you. Men determine who gets married.
So if I decide I don't want to get married, that's not my control?
No, somebody has to decide to marry you first. You can decide when you accept the proposal. No. See, that's what I think. They think they have control they don't have. A man has to propose to you first.
You act like we have to get married. Like
I don't. You get married. I don't give it. No, understand something. Understand something. I don't give it. Well, this is the same. This is the same woman who came on complaining about how strippers get relationships and she doesn't. This is why. This is the same person.
I don't say that.
I don't give it. Man, I bet you do. You got 3 kids. I bet you do. I do. You got the red hair. Exactly. You look like you'd be fun. But again, don't nobody want to marry you. And at the end of the day, I don't care if you get married or not. I don't care if you. I don't. If you get me, I don't give. Exactly. You're not. I don't give. You get married. I don't give whether you get married or not. I just hope that the taxpayer don't have to fund you, because if your kid's gonna have to pay for you, or you're gonna be homeless because you ain't gonna have it together.
Why would they? I mean, I definitely am working and I'm doing it.
It doesn't matter because you take more because you are too hard-headed. You are too hard-headed and too stubborn to hear any goddamn thing. This is the modern woman, modern black woman. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. Too defiant in the foolishness. This is the woman who with red hair and Cupid doll eyelashes talking about, well, why these men go over here? Because there's not a sliver of paper difference between a ratchet stripper and a ratchet nurse. Disagreeable by nature. I was young and I made a mistake. I was joking. Okay, well, have you learned the maturity anyway? You sound like the same young fool you were before. And after I get these kids out of the house, then I can focus on the men. Why would a man want to focus on your redheaded self? Why would he want to do that? Hey, let me go ahead and come along with you, and then I'll just go ahead and let you take the last 20 plus years of my life so you can be retired. They really believe they have this much control. This is what I talked about the entire day, overestimating. That woman thinks she's, and you're average with 3 kids and a bad attitude. This is why so many men are like, y'all want people to go out and date this, marry this? And women like her, when they're not trying to be impressive for other women online and standing their truth and their power, they know how jacked up their situation is. That woman knows she's screwed. That woman knows it's over. It's over. She knows it's over because she has been with her entire life. She's seen the men she's dealt with, her kids, and her kids. I want you guys to understand, her kids are going to be her retirement plan. Her kids don't even get to go live their own life. And I'm not saying, and I'm saying that because that's a choice. I'm not saying it because it happened and life happens. Yes, family's supposed to help out family and all that other stuff, but it is fucked up that women are openly saying, I raised my kids, so they need to take care of me when I'm old. No, you're supposed to do your best to do what you can to be agreeable, to work with somebody, to make sure any kind of burden, and it is a burden, you push off to your children is minimal at best. What's supposed to happen, lady, is your grown is supposed to leave your children something. You're not supposed to leave them with a goddamn bill. Sheer ignorance. Welcome to World Star. Just sheer foolishness. Why can't I find a man? Well, because you're walking around like half a man as it is, I guess. Being loud and defiant doesn't make you more attractive, ladies. It simply doesn't.